to be able to box out with the ZSS and put the pressure on. Definitely one of the best choices you could pick out of this this cast that we have available to us.
Does Aryeh have a Joker? I've never seen this.
Here's the thing. I think that Aryeh knows what he's doing, because who is one of Aryeh's biggest playing partners at Drexel University? None other than our man Bankai.
Fair.
So I think this man
he
has to have it
like CSS matchup experience. That's a good point.
And he's got to have a game plan coming into this set. And or maybe this is just data, and maybe he wants to see how the Joker does against a really another really high caliber ZSS, with the option to switch to either the Snake or the Ness if this doesn't go the way that he wants to.
I really like the way that Dylan was able to not almost close that stock out, but the way that Dylan has been able to box and then slow down, because he was constantly, using that frame one jab, using those hitboxes to shut a lot of it down. Good timing on that down B to be able to get out of that at the last second. Literally, as the Arsene dipped out, it was right in place. So that was so good timing. But really, just change of pace that Dylan has, that's gonna be a testament to how can Aryeh deal with it in the anti-air option in up smash too. I definitely like the idea behind what you showed with Bankai with the matchup experience. But when you're playing a character and you're fighting against one of your Merce matchups, you gotta know how to be able to handle this.
Yeah. I just can't get over that.
For sure, a really
that
interesting thing to say. And one of the first interactions that we saw in this match was Dylan getting a jab reset on Aryeh. And that is, it's something that you have to be paying attention to, because to get a jab reset, especially against a character and a player like Aryeh, to have a jab reset, you have to have that in the back of your mind. You have to be ready. You have to be patient and ready to go for an option like that. And Aryeh just didn't know how to deal with it. He's getting completely steamrolled, given the runaround by this ZSS right here.
Yeah. And it's not bad yet, but depending on how the next 30% goes, it could get bad.
Up smash though.
And see, look at that. It's not bad. It's not bad.
That's literally our job. We speak into the existence, all of the bad that could possibly happen. So somebody's like, oh wait, I remember how to play the game real quick. So it really just kind of played into what you were just pointing out a second ago. Dylan has been able to just kind of short hop almost for free around Aryeh, because Aryeh really hadn't punished it yet. And then finds you know what? I know you're jumping here, and if not, I'm in center stage. At worst, I'm getting almost all the way off stage in an awkward position, but I'm not gonna die. So that up smash was a really good call there, and that forward smash almost catching some mixed up DI. The edge.
So something that I just noticed and I want to point out, and it's not a major thing, but it means major things. While Dylan was headed back to ledge there before the interaction that ended up in his death, Aryeh, right after catching an aerial, landed and then used gun. And he only used the gun once, and he hit. Using gun in that situation means you know what you're doing with Joker, because to be able to land from an aerial that sent your opponent off stage and know, okay, I'm going to be able to get a little bit of extra chip damage using gun right here, that means that he is confident in this matchup and he's confident in his options in this matchup.
Agreed. Yeah, understanding not only how to deal with advancing situations in a big way, but those small interactions, the minute situations, like a single shot gun. It's something most people will kind of just write in the back of their hand, but also another great offstage character. Of course, Dylan dipping off stage, trying to catch high recoveries before, and that time dipped low to actually catch with the side B.
And I just want to go back to the ending of that second stock or Aryeh. Oh no! Okay, it's Joker.
You're so lucky that Joker has a good recovery. You're so lucky that Joker's tether is that good.
Look, your only people who could avoid that are characters who could cheat themselves. You got Arsene, so of course you're gonna have some other options in there too that can avoid that, because let's be real, we all know it. Flip kick is a cheating move, and Dylan unfortunately couldn't find the KO.
Now, I know Aryeh goes to Drexel, but this is a private school character, man. I'm talking about privilege.
I thought that could have been the end of the game right there. I'm not sure exactly how it would have interacted with Small Battlefield's top blast zone, but the bury into up B right there could have been big, because if Dylan had managed to get a follow-up, it could have been the end. Yeah, getting that up B right there, but no follow-up. Aryeh doing a really good job of just resetting to neutral, but that back air could lead to something new.
These
No,
trades are
they
so
do.
fortunate
Trying to look for the
Aryeh
jump
right
off
now.
stage that time. Side B not gonna have
Oh,
just
she
yet. Good
living!
back to the corner.
How are you still alive? I want to know.
Oh no!
Oh!
Oh my
Oh.
god!
That was almost the MK Leo special, but the up smash from behind,
Wow.
catching Dylan, going for that side B, reading the direction wrong, and getting punished for it so very hard. That up smash going to take game one. Aryeh up 1-0.
All right, and that's not only a point for Aryeh to go up in that match, but also there's another match going on in the chat right now between UBL and Webb, and that's just another
I saw
reason for
UBL and
UBL
Webb fighting about.
Yeah, it's just UBL just sitting there like, it's like it was one match. It was so, bro, calm down. but anyways, yeah, no, honestly, like
Ajax is sitting there like 15 love.
look.
Ajax is just chilling here, being like the moderator.
I watch everything. Y'all may not know it. I'm looking everywhere.
You can't slide nothing past him.
See, even F. But yeah, no, honestly, like the way that Aryeh plays, like we were talking about the snake and the nest, but really just completely understood how to approach this matchup. Sure, the first like stock to two was kind of like chasing down Dylan, but once he started to find the gap and started punishing where those F tilts would be, where the jabs would be, like it forced Dylan to play a bit more on the retreating whip like gameplay with the Zair with those side Bs, and it was as even as you can get. But it led to the eventual KO because Dylan was trying to find that side B.
So we had Sensei come into the chat and join the it's slightly Joker favor camp. And then we had Tasty come in here and say it's 70-30, but not in his favor, rocking the whole boat.
Chat, well, 1 if Joker wins, 2 if this is even, 3 if UBL deserves to get timed out.
Oh, I think Tasty's the one I would time out.
I'm just trying to cite some violence in chat.
Yeah.
Joker's ESS is it's like Ganon Pika. You cannot win if you're Pika.
No, yeah.
Oh my god.
Hey, man, look,
That took y'all a
they got ammo
second.
now.
It took you a second to zero in.
I was about to say, yeah, you're right, until I had to double, I was like, wait, hold up, what did I just hear? But look, they got ammo because of that one Japanese player who won in that like best of one online bracket, who's 0 to death, one of the best stocks I've ever seen. With
Japan doesn't count, man. They're all on like
right, but that's the thing that people.
Well, they're also
offline.
offline.
They look for that one singular match that somebody won in round 1 of Frostbite and say, "See, K-Rool beats Joker." Man, shut up. But anyways, here on the second game, missing attack, and that side's gonna take it out.
That was a hell of a first stock from both players. Dylan taking that first stock is so huge because now like. Aryeh might have to expend Arsene in order to take this first stock off away from Dylan.
So right there, off of that jab, I literally saw the charge animation for another up smash begin. Aryeh's looking for that bread and butter that took him 2 stocks in the last game.
Yeah.
And he's struggling very hard to get this stock.
Oh!
And it's looking like Dylan might even manage to take another one with this full rage ZSS on board.
That'd be huge too, because if you're in a window, like in this matchup, when you're in a spot where you can afford to just trade and get free damage, that's so huge, because that just makes it, see there's that back air, and now Dylan can not only play the defensive game, kind of like lame out a bit to get some more damage, but you can just trade as much as you want. Even after that losing that stock, you're up a whole stock to just box with Aryeh as much as you'd like here.
As good as ZSS's offense is, when you see a ZSS live to 203, you know that they got work done. Like you don't even need to see what their opponent looks like. You know that they got work done with that stock.
Right, and these two characters,
the character's too high octane to not get anything done living to 203.
Both of these characters are the same. I guess you could call it general style of character, right? They're I guess you could. The way I would describe it is hit and run. They get in, they get big damage, they run away. They don't like getting hit because they are pretty light. They'll die early. But when you see
that run part.
Big emphasis on the run of hit and run. But when you see a character like ZSS living ridiculously long to 203%, you know they are very, very, very good at the run part of hit and run.
Yeah, like just being like, not only you have those F tilts, you have those jabs, but you also have that back air catching that neutral get up. And, you know, honestly, like that got set up over quite a few stocks because Dylan was not only running off stage to go for the flip kick on roll recovery a lot, but also kept just putting back airs out as option coverage to cover a jump. Didn't really go for a back air at ledge for a neutral get up for a while. So that was good setup for Dylan over the set to lead to that KO.
I wonder with Dylan winning game 2, I wonder what our stage counter pick is going to look like from Aryeh. If I'm going to stick to Joker, I would probably be looking for something along the lines of maybe Small Battlefield or Smashville, because those platforms are there as an opportunity for like a drag down up smash type beat. But they're also very, very small stages that gives Zero Suit a lot less space to space you out. That's what Dylan struggled so hard with what Aryeh struggled so hard with on PS2 was every time something got started, Dylan would just say no and leave.
Yep. Small Battlefield would be huge here for Joker.
I'm going to imagine that it was probably banned, and yeah, there's the Smashville pick. Called it.
Which is, I mean, arguably just as good. Because that platform is still going to be really, really pivotal. It's just like in the space where the platforms aren't for Small Battlefield.
I'm a big fan of the way that like Aryeh, like there's so many people who for some weird reason try to like go off stage too early and try to put too much pressure on too early and give up stage positioning. Like obviously that was the first interaction that happened in this match, but Aryeh's been consistent about that throughout the set. Just like hold stage position, get those ledge traps. You're not gonna KO in this position. You don't have Arsene. Why give it up? That's another thing in this matchup too. If you're constantly going off stage, not only can you get reverse edge guarded so freely against CSS, but you put yourself in one of the worst positions up against the ledge.
Exactly. Like you might be getting up into a paralyzer.
You're reminding me of advice that was given to me not too long ago by my good friend Rickles.
Okay.
Rickles loves stage control.
Yes.
He literally, I've asked him before, why don't you edge guard? And he goes, well, I would rather be in control of the stage. Yep. And it's definitely like it's not something that you have to go all one way or all the other. But if you find yourself constantly going off stage and looking for those interactions and not getting them or even getting punished for it, maybe back off just a little bit. Stick to the ledge, hold stage control. But right there, Dylan coming back with the flip kick, getting the berry and getting the uppie to take the first stock. 76% extra credit on the board for Aryeh. Looking very good right now.
Yeah, and I agree with that statement.
Aryeh's parries have been on point tonight, by the way. So that's a really scary thing to deal with, as for a character that relies so much on falling aerials.
You see, Aryeh is actually staying grounded a lot now too, because Dylan, like obviously, like when a ZS is approaching you, it's one of two things: they're either gonna finally go for that grab, or they're probably looking for a short hop fair because they just want to beat you out. That frame data is so good. But the air-to-air trade on the way back in that time, covering a few options with that back air, gonna take that stock. Like I'm really liking Aryeh's defense as this match has progressed, and I think a big part of that has to do with the stage pick switch that you were mentioning before onto like ZSS, onto Smashville. It's actually giving less room overall for Dylan to be able to go and reset like neutral and put more pressure on further away. He's actually forced to kind of stay in and short hop around him a lot more.
And now Aryeh has a really, really good opportunity here to pile on damage onto this last stock of Dylan. And, oh, that's so big, too. If you can get another Arsene here, probably not, but the idea was there.
And Dylan actually bringing it back. He was down by, what, 80-something% when that stock began. But now, all of a sudden, only 29% extra credit on the board for Aryeh. This is looking very, very even game.
Yeah, very quick answer. And like this is like one of the things that you always never want to do when you're fighting either one of these characters, but especially against DSS, is assume you ever have a lead. Because in that situation right there, if Dylan decided to look for a like a neutral get up in that position with a nair flip kick, that could have been the game. So you always have to be on, like you always have to be thinking so much further ahead from where the tech chases might come, especially if you're in Aryeh's position right now. Because you're still in that window to possibly get tech chase.
Aryeh's been pulling out these back air. He's been fishing for back air after back air. I'm so surprised that that Dylan lived through Arsene back air at 100%. But The up smash that's been doing work all set is going to take it. Beautiful game 3 from Aryeh, and beautiful attempt from Dylan right there. That was down to the wire. It may not have looked like it because of the percents, but trust me, ZSS could have killed any time.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, like, the percents look one-sided, but with Arsene going off the board just then, that was actually